is reportedly living in a small hut somewhere in the middle of the Druidwood, this vast, dark forest made of overgrown ferns and tightly growing trees where barely a ray of sunshine breaks through the canopy. You're looking for a door in a tree, said to be able to take you to where Granny lives. So you set off into the forest, taking your heading from the notes um, that you had found. You also had noticed that there is a bright light, thin but bright enough that you could see it from miles away, in the general direction of where you're traveling, but not quite on the heading that you're taking. You see this every once in a while when there's a rare clearing in the canopy overhead. As you've traveled throughout the day, you have been accosted by a um, number of creatures. A huge four-armed gorilla with white fur and gnashing teeth, a thin but ferocious uh, humanoid creature that tried to choke the life out of Vanya. Luckily, she was able to escape, and you dashed it, but only to engage quickly thereafter with a human-sized, almost like bug-like monster with razor-sharp teeth. It seems as if every step of your journey is fraught with danger and plagued um, with the possibility of combat. The further you get into this jungle, things are certainly going bump in the night. However, it's the middle of the day. It's bump in the day, so to speak. And that was terrible. But that's where we find you guys, pushing through the Dreadwood, further and further in, as the sun that you can barely see through the canopy moves across the sky. You find yourself about midday or so, or maybe some time past that, pushing through the forest onward, having just left behind your battle with the Giralam. As you start moving further through the forest, who's in front? Are you keeping the same marching order that you guys had before?
I think Hiswick was roaming out in front, wasn't he?
Yes. Yes, you were. Pushing out further ahead, kind of doing the Legolas thing. Moving out
Yep.
forward. What's
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how far out are you ranging
Say
away
like
from your compatriots?
50 yards. Still something I could get back to
Okay.
if I had to dash back. It's 150 feet. I can there and there.
Okay. Are pushing forward. You start hearing the telltale signs of perhaps a stream or a river. It's the first time you've heard any sign of water. And you come up to the edge of a riverbank. And you push through. Roll a d20 for me, please. Just straight d20.
20. Forgot. There we go. Nine.
Okay. As you push through the ferns, just ever so slightly, you part them before you. You see a river, dark in color, mainly due to the fact that even here, the canopy on either side of the riverbank stretches out. The trees are so large and huge that the bows meet over top. And the river itself that you see is not very large. It's only maybe about 30 feet across. More of a wide stream, but deep enough from your vantage point that maybe a little bit more than a stream. You see a fallen tree giving you a natural bridge over across it. But you also see this swirling mass of smoke kind of hovering just on the other side of the riverbank. Seems to be moving from along the riverbank back and forth, sometimes slow, sometimes it moves quickly. And it's almost in these moments where it stops moving for just a moment, the swirling trails coalesce into this humanoid shape. And it's almost as if the smoke looks like black, mottled gray, almost like wrapping. And it takes on a humanoid form, medium size, 8 feet, long arms and legs. Smoke swirls around it almost like a row of vestments. And then it moves on, as if the trail searching. Roll stealth.
17.
It doesn't appear to notice you. You're able to move quietly along the riverbank to keep an eye on it for now. What do you do?
I see the river as a danger that I think we all need. So I will take a knee until everyone. Linear danger.
Okay. Everyone else, how are you guys moving? Are you marching normally? Trying to be stealthy? I know originally, I think we had decided you guys were kind of marching at a normal pace, from what I understand. Or from what I remember, excuse me.
I don't know. Do we know we're getting close? I feel like if we knew we were getting close, we'd at least try to go stealthy. But if not, we're just clomping along. Yeah.
Well, as you guys are getting closer, you also hear the sounds of running water.
Okay, and we do know that it was at a river.
Oh, I forgot.
I'm double checking. No, I don't think we did know that actually.
I'm Billa checking. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
You're what?
Double checking.
Double checking. I thought you said Billa checking, like the NFL coach. Like that, like someone's coined whatever he does as a thing, and I'm like, I don't know what that thing is, but
He's discount double check.
Well, like he cheats, so maybe she's cheating.
She's been cheating the whole time. Okay, so you guys are walking up. Why don't you guys go ahead and roll a group?
me to be part of that?
You already rolled yours.
Right.
You're separate from what these guys are doing.
Shabby so far.
Very mediocre so far.
So far, it can always get worse.
Yeah, but we have Lucilla to help our allies.
Yeah, do we? Are you gonna
I
be
got
piloting?
I
Ms.
got
Lucille?
her.
So is she gonna have good rolls then?
Oh, she has double proficiency in
Oh.
stealth. I don't know if she'll roll good, but
Yeah, she still roll a 1.
rogues.
Oh, dice. Never mind.
Good
There
lord!
it is. There it is.
What'd she get? I can't see.
31 and 33.
31.
Mm-hmm.
She rolled
Mm-hmm.
a natural 20.
Well done, Charlotte. I am recording, I think. If all is going well. Should be recording. So yeah, you guys recognize the river. Sounds of changing of a landscape. And you guys kind of slow down. Feel your steps out. One foot in front of the other, kind of learning the terrain as you go, watching out for sticks. Picking your feet up, making up they're not scuffing on any rocks. Crouching low, you move up and you catch sight of Hyssik. You move in close behind him. He turns, places a finger upon his lips, points out towards the river.
So I think I would describe it as smoky type. Did it coalesce though into something?
Yes,
tangible?
in the moments that it's not moving, it does coalesce.
Okay.
Think of it like a Dementor kind of looking creature, but a little bit more smoky and less hooded, if that makes
Right.
sense.
How Morbius moved.
Hold on a second. I suppose I could give you a picture of it, since you're looking at it.
I'm not going back to Azkaban. They can't take me.
Still kind of traumatized by that.
Bam, 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 bam.
Ooh.
There you go.
Ooh.
Okay, I see what you're saying about the smoke, like vestments or it's like clothing almost.
Things.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
It'll give you cancer.
It's the Chernobyl monster.
It's the Marlboro Man.
It does look like a stop smoking advertisement.
Oh, straight from the mid-2000s. Absolutely.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Now they're anti-vaping because
Yeah.
they need to be relevant and keep their funding.
Yeah. It's like having razor blades in your lungs. Mind you, it could kill you.
Yep. Wrong.
We're a thinly disguised repurposing of the DARE program.
Oh my gosh.
And that was really successful.
Just say no.
And it taught me what drugs I didn't know of yet.
That's right.
Stay in school.
The reason I know really.
Just give drug dealers the cold shoulder.
Back to the Dreadwood.
Do we? Did it like flit off into out of sight, or is it still?
It's kind of moving along the riverbank, back and forth, almost.
Patrolling? Like?
It almost seems like it's patrolling, but not purposefully. It almost seems purposeless, like it's listing about.
Just sense if that's kind of that is.
You're kind of cutting in and out a little bit.
I asked Vanya if she could tell if it was a dead beast or creature. Yeah.
I don't think I can, actually.
Okay.
Paladin thing. I mean, it looks dead.
Proficient in history, proficient in Arcana. I'd say you could make a check.
Ooh, I'm proficient in history. I'll try it.
I got these magical fists.
Proficient in fisticuffs.
I would say that you have seen in some random historical texts that you've read growing up. Sometimes kids kind of go to the library and kind of find the stuff that's a little bit taboo.
Exactly, yeah.
So I imagine it at some point in time as a young lass, while your mother was helping your sisters, kind of focusing on them, you snuck away into the restricted section and cracked open a few books and were able to see some things not meant for young eyes. And you remember seeing some sketches of things like this. And you know the name? You know them. They were once human who that it drove them mad but wouldn't let them thus they were trapped in this undead and as such their goal is to desperately transfer another
Brad, I just want to say thank you because now I can't use that for that beast. Actually, as soon as you said what it was, I knew what it was because I looked it up like last week. Snooze.
I will definitely relay that to the group. So yeah, we should avoid that.
But so it just wants to like spill its secrets or something. But it'll probably do that by like tearing our brains open and
spilling our guts.
Yeah, it wants to violently share secrets. Not the sharing is caring kind, no.
Well,
it's not the more you know kind of a creature.
The more you
it's more like kind of like the dare creature. Shares its secrets and then you're just bound to heroin for the rest of your life. It's pretty terrible.
So I guess, yeah, is there ever a time it goes like out of sight, or is it like a really short kind of patrol that we'd have problems sneaking past?
I would say that it does get far enough away that you might be able to sneak past one by one.
Hmm.
It's just kind of moving back and forth.
Okay.
You probably have about
Uh,
mm,
I have an idea.
Yeah, do we go the long way?
Well, I could distract it and stay just within its range to where it keeps chasing me until you guys are past and then I just catch up.
Hmm. But then we're being chased by an owlet. See, that's the
Right.
problem.
Right.
and it is flying, mind you. Its feet don't touch the ground. Keep that in mind.
Right. But if I just run and dash, we got
Yeah, and I'm not saying that for any
100.
in a reaction to your plan. I just wanted you to make sure I conveyed that to you.
Well, if we
Best
Go
option
ahead.
I have. The best option.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if nothing else, if we haven't already, maybe we should move close to the sort of log bridge situation, so we can at least watch it from there and creep over there.
Okay. Yeah, and I would say that it seems to be moving about 50 to 60 feet on either side of the log, just up and down the bank. Just
Are you guys still on that map? I'm not.
I moved you guys from the map.
Oh, okay.
You have to close your eyes and use your imagination.
Do we see any other crossings further down on either side?
Not in view. That's not to
Okay.
say that there aren't other crossings further up the river or down the river. In fact, I mean, most rivers would have multiple crossings. You just don't know how far they up and how long it would take to get there. It could be
Hmm.
100 yards up or 2 miles. You don't know. But that is, of course, an option.
Well, how do we know that there's not a series thing on the border?
Yeah, we don't know how far it is to the next crossing. Natalia's already been with the hags a while, like a few days.
Yeah, we can't waste much more time.
The energy that we spend fighting it is an
Yeah.
energy that we don't have to fight the hag.
Also very true. I don't know, Hyssek, you're fast. You could run down a bit and see if you can see another crossing or any
I-
signs of another crossing.
Definitely do.
Maybe Lucilla's fast too. She can run the other way or something like that.
I'll take off to the south.
Okay.
Spend a couple minutes.
How far do you want to go?
Like 300 feet. You have to. I mean, it's not that far, but it doesn't take us so far out of the way. But yeah, it's still far enough that the undergrowth and any curves in the river. Might be able to cross. See him.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
That's my mission impossible.
Nice.
So you sneak away. You don't even have to move very far away from the bank of the river. You start moving south along the riverbank. And as you're moving down the riverbank, you see that approximately about 200 or so feet, there is another crossing. Another tree has fallen over the river, allowing for passage.
I'll take like 30 seconds to a minute to see if I notice anything on the other that similar.
You sit. You wait. As you look over your shoulder, you can see just the barest outline of this wispy smoke moving up and down the riverbank 200 feet away where your friends are at. You re-engage your attention here in the present, where you're at. Listen. And you hear nothing.
Oh, it's very nice. Very nice.
The riverbank is empty where you're at. The trees blow in a slight breeze, but you don't see or hear anything that would indicate that there's danger where you're at.
Chip, when you posted that, I thought Brad was actually going to say that's what I said.
I didn't see it.
Oh, I thought at first I thought you posted it. I just looked and saw.
Dude, did you make that like right now, Chip?
Yeah, he just,
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way that existed.
Yeah, no, I made it.
Dude.
The truth campaign.
Oh my gosh. Oh my word.
That's impressive.
and the speed at which he did it. That's,
Yeah, I know.
very good.
Someone's got some Photoshop chops.
Yeah. So I'll go back and tell them that looks like we can get across to the south, and I don't see it
Okay.
blocking the path.
Yeah, I think we'll just move quietly that way. Very quietly.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Guys, go ahead and make another group stealth check for me.
Do.
Okay. And I really want to reward you guys for thinking about finding a different route. But I can't. So as you guys are sneaking away down the riverbank, Vanya, your mithril plate. I'm not sure, is it plate?
Yeah, it's plate.
Mithril plate. Light as a feather. Still is made of metal, believe it or not. And as you are moving along the riverbank, you trip over an exposed root. Easy to do in the Dreadwood. You're just almost out of range. Except you fall. Roll a dexterity check for me. A dexterity saving throw.
Not great.
And I'm going to say with a 9 that you fall and your armor hits an exposed rock on the ground. It makes a clanging noise. And with that, you... And the creature looks in your direction. And he moves in your direction. Everyone go ahead and roll initiative, but don't do it yet.
Oh yeah.
Okay, everyone go ahead and roll initiative now.
I technically have advantage, so I'll roll twice. Take the 12.
Dude. Sorry, guys. My guy rolled really good.
He gets like 3 turns before we can go once.
Yeah, you guys are done. Hold on. Wow. Classic Lucilla. All right. Lucilla is up. She's going to fire a shot over her shoulder at this thing with her crossbow. Just her normal crossbow, if I can find it. And she definitely hits it for this woman. 31 damage. And she looks and tells everyone to run. Vanya, you're up.
Can I hold turn undead for it to get within 30 feet of me?
You certainly can.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'll move up just a little bit. But yeah, if he gets within 30 feet, turn undead. I doubt I can destroy him. He looks really high level.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Yes, you're up.
Oh, I'm keeping it simple. We're just gonna blast the ghost with a firebolt.
Fire it. As you hold your little hands up, fire as usual fires out of your hands. It hits it, but it passes through. It doesn't seem to do as much damage as normal.
Oh no.
Oh no, that's my main shtick.
Okay. Anything else?
And then we move over here into it. Actually, I can move into this bush and just cower a little bit.
don't feel constrained to this limited map. If you want to run off the map somewhere, just let me know.
That's fine. Hiding in the bush is good.
I have a genius level intellect. I remember everything.
Of course, though, it's like asteroids. You'll wind up over here.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like Pac-Man.
All right, Hisik, you're up.
I'm going to. Actually, going to cast a spell first.
Oh. You don't do that. On who?
On myself.
You're picking aberrations, as my guess?
I was thinking celestials.
Hmm.
No. And then, are these 5 foot square?
Yes, they're 5 feet.
I'm gonna go, like, try to have it. I'm gonna come out to the middle of this log and try to instigate it to come fight.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
I'll like just pick a defensive stance and like Bruce Lee. I don't know.
Four-fingered, come here.
Type thing. But I make myself like I'm the closest target type.
Fair enough. Sounds good. Yuke, you're up. What are you doing?
Yuke's not feeling quite as bold as Hisik. I think he'll. Let's see. He'll go up. He'll go up to the base of the log ish. He'll go up to like there and hold an attack if the thing comes within attack range.
Okay. Sounds good. It's the Alip's turn, and as it moves, it locks eyes with you, Hisik, and as it does, you feel this madness just like wash over you, not in an effect kind of way, but you feel like this creature is desperate. It's mad, and it as it looks at you, you see almost like a light awaken inside of each of its eyes. Its mouth opens, and it pauses for just a moment. And you watch as its swirling smoke coalesces into this humanoid floating creature, its arms floating up, and they reach out in a wordless scream, and it races over towards you, right up to you. And it like looks deep in your eyes, and you watch as its mouth opens up, and you hear this cacophony of voices assail your ears, and the voices get louder and louder. And you can hear them as well. And I need both of you guys to roll wisdom saving throw.
Awesome.
Hisik, you fail. You guys both fail. Okay. Madness. You almost can envision these words taking physical form, flowing into your ears and then into your mind, piercing and racking you with pain as your minds try to comprehend what he's telling you, what this creature is telling you. And you feel your brains, the connection between your soul and your mind start to tear away. And
Oh, I thought protection from
You from being charmed, frightened, or possessed,
Right.
but not being stunned.
Right.
So, psychic
Till the end of our next turn. Ew.
And it didn't go close enough to you, Vanya. So I'm not going to say you didn't use your turn. Your turn undead. Lucilla's up. She's going to shoot it again. Attempt to. With another crossbow bolt. She hits it. For 23 damage. Okay, select it. But it also, the bolt almost pauses a second as it hits it, but pushes through the smoke. Again, it seems to do damage, but not as much as she might want. Vanya, you are up.
Yes. Gonna hope second time's the charm. Gonna run up to here, because that's my 30 feet. Then it should be within 30 feet, and I will try turning undead. Wisdom save 17.
Okay, so it's a level 5 creature.
Yeah, so can't destroy it. But
So it doesn't destroy it, but it can turn it.
Turn it.
he's
Sorry.
fine.
It sees you as this blast of electricity, this wave, moves off of you, swirls around it in kind of the shock wave. And its head just snaps superhumanly fast at you, and it locks eyes with you. And it fires you as its target. Hiss, you're up.
Gonna use my action to summon my teapot.
Oh.
And then with my bonus action, I'm going to shoot my teapot.
Okay. Your teapot apparates next to you. Just steaming hot.
Cooking.
What kind of tea you cooking?
Matcha.
Matcha.
There's a lot of green here, and it looks like green
Nice.
powder.
All right.
Classic.
So this green stream of just piping hot matcha tea squirts out and smashes into this creature, dealing it 7 damage.
And pushing it back 5 feet.
All right.
Because for some reason, there's no limitation on how they worded it.
So it pushes a bit off of the log, but its feet just kind of hover over the water. Anything else?
No, we're good. We're vibing in this bush.
We vibing. All right, Hisik and Yuke, you guys are stunned. Your minds try to reach out and move your hands. Yuke, your hand is just barely holding onto this axe as it clunked down on top of the log beneath your feet. You're swaying, just unable to make yourself move as you watch this thing move closer towards your friends. It moves up next to you, Vanya. It flies over and hovers near you. Its spectral, smoky cloth floating around it as if it's floating in water. And it looks deep in your eyes silently. And then it starts to whisper. It leans in close and starts whispering in your ear. However, each and every one of you, Lucilla, Hiss, and Vanya, Yuke and Hisik, you all hear these secrets in whispered form. Before it was this almost piercing yell, the scream, ripping and tearing through your gray matter, but now it's more invasive. It goes deeper still. I need you guys to do all of you guys.
Oh no.
Oh, I have a plus. Why am I rolling so bad?
Hisik, you pass. Yuke, you do not pass. Vanya, you fail. Hiss, you pass. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was your Eldritch Cannon. Hiss, you do pass with your Wisdom save. I have to do Lucilla real quick.
Give me like a 3.
You better hope not. She does have a -1 on her Wisdom saving throw. Yeah, she gets an 11, so she also fails. So, Vanya, you feel this whisper just penetrate deep into your mind, this violating whisper, and then it spreads out like a black wave, and you hear, "I say he's your enemy. Attack him." And you are required pick 3 creatures, but it's kind of dumb and insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Lucilla, and he passed. And it takes. Okay. So Lucilla is the only one that does this. I'm sorry, Bonnie, you're fine. All 3 of you are able to shrug off these effects just barely. But you watch Vanya as raises her crossbow and points it at Yukala. You're my enemy. And she pulls the trigger and fires. Uh, 27 hits. You're stunned, correct? So does that make it a critical hit?
Believe so. Well, yeah, I think so. Check. Stand condition.
And I rolled that, by the way. I had to pick who she attacked. So.
Attack rolls have advantage. That's all.
It's not a critical on a stun.
Yeah, I think if I was unconscious, it would be an auto crit, but it's
Okay.
just...
Fair enough, then.
Maybe
Or paralyzed.
I don't know.
You automatically
you.
fail strength and dex save.
Guys, I've just been doing this for like close to 10 years.
Look, the confusing thing is they have paralyzed, incapacitated, and stun, which in English all mean about the same
they're
thing.
all the same thing.
Well, and then you have
Essentially the
restrained,
same effect.
restrained versus grappled.
Yeah.
Well,
So what you're saying? So
it's-
what you're saying is it's only 28 points of damage.
yes. So you take 28. So she fires the crossbow bolt and it slams into your chest. You feel it pierce both sides. The fletchings are the only thing that stop it from going all the way through. Feel the bolt punch out the back of your chest, cracking bone, and you take 28 damage.
Sounds like it's a through and through, so you're okay.
Yes, cowboy rules. You're okay. Just pull it through. You're good to go. Lucilla's up, and she shakes her head, looks down at her crossbow. What have I done? She reloads it, points it at the creature. Get out of my head! Die! She fires again. Hitting it, dealing it. Dealing it 12 damage as he hits it. It's still up. The bolt flies through. Yuk and Hisik, you both feel your bodies finally recover from the shock of these secrets. Vanya, you're up.
Just out of curiosity, does it, I don't know, can it look hurt at all? Like, Titron's holding together, or does he look fine and dandy?
Roll your history. Well, based on your history check before, I would say you would know what they're supposed to look like. And you watch as its form seems to be falling apart. It seems like it's when you first saw it, it had this really, when it stopped moving at least, this kind of robust humanoid shape to it. But the more damage you guys inflict, it seems to have trouble maintaining its form. And it's falling apart.
Crunchy.
I have surprisingly few, like, divine magic spells that aren't healing. I guess I'll just try to hit it with my sword this time.
Okay, you pull your sword out of its sheath, sending sparks all the way down it. And you hit it. Your sword, how do you want to do this?
Yay! So just where it was whispering in her ear, she'll just, I guess, reach up, grab the part of the head that she can, and just pull it onto the sword. Okay.
Yeah, and almost this moment, it stops moving, and just then you reach up, and it's almost as if you're able to grab a handful of it. Its eyes widen unexpectedly, and you push the sword, this magical sword, up through its lower jaw, through the top of where its head would be. And you watch as it screams in this last ripping tear of your minds. You hear the scream echo out, and it peels apart, if smoke can be said to do so, and it rushes out in all directions from you and disappears.
Well,
You alright, Ook? You got something sticking out of you there.
Lucilla shot me. Oh, she missed the ghost or what? God.
no.
Does that mean that you're pinned?
As you're saying this, she races forward, and she's in an utter panic. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. And she, her shaking hands reach out to, see. She's kind of clueless as to what to do. This isn't her realm of expertise, but she feels this overwhelming need to do something.
And then she stabs.
Yeah.
Sneak attack.
All I know is to put people down. God damn it.
Yeah, I was actually thinking,
would she be apologizing, or would she, blame him for being in the way?
I
I'll
don't
give
know. Charlotte, you're going to
one.
have to do some course correcting if you would have done something different.
I think Paolo might be her favorite character, favorite teammate. So
This isn't a live stream, so you can't text me your answers. She looks up at you, Vanya. What do we do? And Vanya,
I'll
you
do
get
something.
you get down on your knees and you put your hands on him and let your healing magic flow in, restoring 12 hit points as you at the same time pull the arrow out his back, and you watch as your electricity, your lightning kind of courses in side of his body, closes the wound, cauterizes it on both sides, and the damage inside as well.
Ow. Is
You
that
want the
cure wounds
souvenir?
for me?
Yeah, it's just a cure wound.
taser, taser, taser.
No, he'll gingerly just drop it. Oh, well, actually, I think Vanya pulled it out.
Yeah, you need another one, Ook, or how you feel?
I'm fine for now.
All right.
Did anyone get a sense of what its secrets were?
I don't know. He screamed at you guys.
Yeah, it was unintelligible. It was just like tearing my soul from my person. It was not the type of secret I'd share with anyone.
I was hiding in a bush.
As those of you whose minds were touched, you have no idea what he was trying to relay, or it was trying to relay to you. But you get the distinct impression that had this creature found you alone and been able to incapacitate you, it would have forcefully pushed its terrible knowledge into your mind, and you would have been lost forever. Lucilla slowly reaches her hand over onto the log, and Yuke, your hand is resting on the log as well, and you kind of open up your hand to hold hers in what you think is like, I forgive you. But the hand actually goes to the bloody crossbow bolt sitting next to your hand, and she wraps it around that and pulls it back and puts it into her quiver. I can't change everything at once. She gives you a quick hug, and she scampers off looking for the rest of her bolts.
Well, let's get out of here.
Right.
At least it wasn't a poison bolt.
It's true.
Home Slice didn't know about poison bolts. Lucille is able to recover 4 of. Well, how many did she fire? She only fired 3, so she was able to recover all of hers.
She found someone else's
She
bolt.
found an extra bolt. Okay. What's next,
It's a little
guys?
moldy.
Yes, we cross the log and keep going.
Okay. So you guys saddle up, dust yourselves off, move across the log. As you go across this water, again, you can't see the bottom. You're not sure if this is an incredibly deep creek or if the water is a strange color. The things you see in the Dreadwood are unnatural. The size of the trees and the undergrowth, to name one of them or 2 of them. This river also seems almost otherworldly. You don't see fish jumping. And it moves underneath you, slowly. Ice cold, you presume. As you move across the log and into the forest beyond. You spend the next hour or two pushing through this dense forest, and it doesn't get any less denser. However, you do notice as you move deeper and deeper into the forest that there is a change in landscape. The leaves on the trees seem to thin, and the trees themselves become more barren. The ferns first grow less lush, and eventually whisper thin. And the trees themselves become barren completely, and you're moving through what appears to be a completely dead forest. The ground is now exposed and not covered with the customary mosses and grasses that you've been experiencing for the last half day or so of travel. And as you move deeper still into the forest, to a foggy clearing. If you move to this clearing, you see that there are no trees at the edge. You look left, you look right, and the trees extend into the fog. As the fog has rolled in, it's become rather heavy. And the clearing stretches out before you, just a barren landscape of hard ground that disappears into heavy fog. Hisik, you rolled the 20 last time. I want someone else to roll a d20.
Put me in, coach. I think my roll 20 is broken.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Someone else do it. I'm refreshing.
Vanya, you're up.
Right. Rant just a d20, no pluses.
Just a d20.
That's a lucky number, right?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay. Everyone go ahead and roll. Well, no. 7 is God's number in the Bible. The number of... it has a specific name for it. What do you guys do as you see this clearing, this hard ground extending into the fog before you, and way off to the left and to the right? Further than the fog can see, I'd say your range of what you can see clearly is about 30 feet or so. And the line of dead trees extends out into the fog 30 feet to the left or the right. You're not sure what's past that.
Redwood. More like deadwood, am I right? It's funny, right? Because the trees are... Never mind.
You hear someone deep in the fog. Oh, that was a good one. You don't. I'm sorry.
There's no new sound, no new smells.
You could roll a perception check if you so desired.
Mm.
You've left behind the smell of the forest, as dangerous as it has proven to be so far, and full of the wrong kind of life that you would have hoped to meet. It did have that pleasant earthy smell of a forest, pine and wood, moisture, these things swirling together to create this cornucopia, this bouquet that tells the story of the Dreadwood to your olfactory senses. But here, that is all gone. The wood, the smell is that of decay, of dirt, dust. Although there is moisture in the air, but you don't hear anything, see anything, or perceive a threat. How would you like to proceed?
I tell the group, I think we're getting. I don't know if you can tell, but it smells and feels different. I suggest maybe we skirt around the open
Yeah,
instead of
that's
just
smart.
walking down the. We might just have to walk into the middle of it, but
Yeah, Ukala is tempted to just walk straight into it, and then he remembers the dream he had where the fog like possessed him and made him do this woodwork that showed all his party members being tortured and killed.
was
So
that like
he'll
Iron Man's dream with the Scarlet Witch?
Haven't seen the movie.
See, like,
that was the first Avengers movie, right?
Yeah.
No, the second one.
yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was ages ago.
Sorry. Don't remember the movie.
Fair.
That is fair.
I assumed you were talking about the multiverse movie that just came out. But I suppose Iron Man's dead, so I should have known. Anyways,
Is he though in the multiverse?
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie.
Neither coffee. Dude, you.
Yeah. So if you said if we like going around this clearing is massive, right? So we can't even like maybe see if the clear.
I mean, you can only really see in 30-foot increments. So you don't know how big it is.
All right. Well, no sense wasting time. He'll, taking Hissik's advice, maybe head off towards the right, like skirting the edge, trying to along the tree line.
Okay.
Yep, I'll follow for sure.
Hiss.
I'm not being left alone here.
Hisik.
Follow him.
Okay. Hisik. Kurt.
Sorry, I was outside of range. It's a.
So the others decided they're going to start moving along the tree line to the right.
I will move with them. Sorry.
Okay. Everyone go ahead and make a stealth check for me, please.
I believe in us.
Vanya.
First natural one, natural 20.
After fighting the ghost, we all just feel really determined to not get caught.
No more ghosts.
Feelings worse. Or it gets better.
Okay. You guys move along the tree line. And over the next, say, 2 hours or so, as you notice a curve to the clearing, and you end up making your way around what truly is a rather large, what you realize is a very large clearing of just barren landscape. Was it fraught with danger? Who's to know? But at least this way, you know you've avoided some danger. Or at least you didn't encounter any. As you move quietly along the edge of the tree line, ready for attack. Your heart's pumping, your ears straining for every crack of a twig or jumping shadow. But as you work your way towards the correct direction and bearing, you find yourself on the other side of this clearing and back into a dead forest. And you start moving through that forest. The fog starts to lift and move away behind you. And you even leave behind the dead forest eventually. You move into, again, the ferns and the trees start bearing leaves. It wasn't as thick as it was before, but you do find yourselves on ground covered in grasses and moss and ferns. The trees reappear leafed. What was it, or what is it that caused a clearing like that? A vast stretch, miles of dead forest and land. Perhaps the secrets were there in the middle of that clearing. Who's to know? But you're safe, and you move on through this forest. Hiss, I'm going to have you roll a d20 for me, please.
Yay! No. No.
Lower might be better. We don't know. An adult Dracolich.
A Dracolich.
I mean, I feel like this has to be the Olive with the Marlboro shirt, right?
Yeah. Thanks, guys. You freed me.
He's like, want to hear a secret? Big Tobacco's trying to kill you, and that's
Oh my god. So, y'all, as you're moving through this forest, you hear the sounds of branches cracking. As something is moving through it. What do you do?
Does it sound like it's moving?
It's in your area. It's close. It's moving towards you.
Well, now are
Hide.
there trees? Yeah, can we hide?
yeah. Draw weapons and hide sounds good. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Kurt. I'm sorry.
I agree that we need to do that, but I think we need to go back to the clearing.
I'm wondering that as well. Yeah.
We just walked by it. Yeah.
At first,
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like a couple cross or.
Unless it was a random encounter determined by a d20 roll.
Whatever.
I don't think so.
Okay,
Yes,
so you guys, currently, what are you doing?
Hide.
I think can we be prepared for an attack, but also move back?
Shh. Like, keep moving back? Like, walking backwards, arms at the ready kind of thing? Or are you
Like
hiding?
no,
What do you want to do?
no, like retrace our steps, but have like I wouldn't have my weapons out if I'm trying to be stealthful, right?
Shh. Yeah, I mean, you could.
Yeah, I know, but like if you're gonna go through a house, you're gonna have your gun up, right? Like you're clearing a house.
Yes.
But if you're just trying to like walk through a house quietly, you're not gonna have your gun up. You're gonna be able to move a little faster. That's kind of like,
Okay. Well, you
you know what I'm
decide.
saying? Like I
I'm
want to
not
move
gonna.
backwards but still be ready. So
Okay.
I
What are
would
the
like to
rest of you
leave
guys
this.
doing? So you want to move back towards the clearing.
I want to leave this encounter and go back.
That's not how it works, Kurt. You don't even know if this is going to be an encounter or what kind of an
No,
encounter it is. He
right,
just rolled
but, like,
a 1.
you know, like when you play Diablo, you go into a room. You're like, oh, I don't want to be in this room. You go back.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Okay, so that's what you're doing. What is everyone else doing?
Ooh, I guess same.
Ukala's going to draw his axe, hug a tree, and try to determine which direction the sound's coming from.
Sure, roll a perception check.
Sure. Let's do that. Perception is fun. Not great.
I'd say it's about 20 feet in front of you and to the left. No. I'd say it's probably about 60 feet away, moving through the forest. It doesn't seem to be trying to hide its, whatever this is. He, she, it. It doesn't seem to be moving stealthily. Doesn't seem to be care about being heard. It's just moving through the brush. Vanya, hiss.
Oh, just gonna hide behind a tree and be prepared to just absolutely blast something.
Okay. You're readying an attack
Going to ready a firebolt.
based on what?
If no, it'd probably take longer than 6 seconds for it to pop out, and I'm hiding behind a tree, so I can't really see it. So probably just waiting, not actually readying a spell.
Okay. So you're hiding and waiting. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me. Vanya, what are you doing?
Just open my character sheet.
Yeah, I think I'll have my sword out.
Okay.
Make sure it's drawn and then hide behind the tree as well.
Lucilla is hiding behind a tree. She is going to ready an attack. I feel like that's what Charlotte would do. You hide behind the tree, but noisily so. And as you get behind that tree, the creature comes into view. It is about 7 feet tall, thin, humanoid. Its skin stretched unreasonably tight across its muscles. It has 5 arms that end in 3 foot, 3 to 4 foot long. They almost look like insect-like praying mantis spikes. Head vaguely humanoid, eyes sunken deep in its head, completely milky. It looks around with rapid movements of its head. Lucilla fires her shot. The bolt smashes into its chest.
Just want to point out another natural 20.
What's that?
Just pointing out that another critical roll. Another.
Oh, she has it, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second here.
Way to go, Charlotte.
That's right. So 8. Okay. Give me a second here. The bolt smashes into its chest, and you hear it make like a and it like his head snaps slowly, looks down, and it snaps up, looking in all directions, and it kind of scuttles over to the side a little bit and looks at you, Vanya, and it sees you peeking out from behind the tree. And it's like its gaze is locked on you, but not on your eyes. And you follow its gaze down your body to
Rude.
where what you probably have forgotten about. But in your first encounter in the Dreadwood, the creature that wrapped you up and tried to garrote you to death, it left behind that oily, smoky material that has just been kind of steadily sloughing off of your clothes and armor and smearing you, that you basically haven't been able to get off of you. Its eyes move to that area and snap up quickly to yours. And it starts like moving forward at a dead sprint. Everyone go ahead and roll initiative. Hold on, let me clear it.
This forest is terrifying.
All right. I'm going to put you all here. And now you guys can roll initiative.
Oh god.
I have to find some kind of a thing that kind of looks like this. I don't be mad, but I did not make character sheets and tokens for all of these possible encounters.
That's perfectly fair.
That's
I'm
why
absolutely with you.
I'm like rolling dice and stuff. A million of these.
Oh,
And
it's
there are a million.
fun. So many possible combinations.
Okay. That's better than previous ones. All right, so Lucilla got her surprise attack off. She's going to roll her initiative, which is dumb. And that should do it. All right. Vanya, you're up. Or Vanya and Yuke, go ahead and roll a d20 each. Or who has... Oh, gosh darn, I hate when I do this. Who has the better dexterity between the two of you?
Probably
I'm
you.
at-
I'm 14.
All right.
No, you're higher. I'm at 13.
Really? All right. So, Vanya, you go first. What do you want to do?
Do I use my good spells or not? Oh, we got stuff to do. We're going to try banishment.
Hold on. Real quick, guys. I'm
Shut
going to
me out of
reload the page.
everything.
I keep, like, dragging the chat away from where it's supposed to be. It drives me crazy. It becomes, like, its own window, and then...
Oh, that's annoying.
Like, you can't put it... I'm not sure how to put it back. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Banishment? Jeepers. As this thing
Got me out of
races
everything.
forward, it's four like stabby arms, and I posted a picture of it in chat, by the way.
Terrifying.
As it races towards you, locked on you, Vanya. You reach out your hand, and this wavering wall of energy appears before it, and it runs right into it. I'm gonna roll a... You need a 17, right?
Yeah, charisma.
Charisma.
It runs into this wall of energy, disappears, gone.
Then back to the clearing. Back to the clearing.
We think it's mean, but it's really those are just darning needles, and it likes to crochet.
Yeah, he's just giving me acupuncture.
Just makes you a quick hat.
Of course, it has a granny voice.
That'd be even more terrifying.
you. Here, have a Werther's.
All right, so if it belongs to a different plane of existence, it goes there, correct?
Yeah,
And
it's gone
doesn't
forever.
come back.
It never comes back.
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you feel that in the spell. You feel that you've returned this creature to where it's supposed to be. It was lost. And now it's gone.
He just wanted to go home.
You stop and you listen. You don't hear anything else. Lucilla, shit. I need that boat. All right. What now?
Back to the clearing.
Yeah, I think we go explore the clearing. Just make sure.
Did we feel like as we were walking away from the clearing, it was getting colder?
Colder?
Yeah, when we were walking closer to the clearing, we were getting warmer.
Hmm.
Not so much our
Temperature.
characters. You're not so much, but like we're getting warmer.
Guys, I don't know if you've noticed this, but the first creatures you guys came across were pretty easy to defeat and weren't doing a lot of damage. But as time has gone on, as you push deeper and deeper into this forest, you may have noticed that the creatures you're coming across might be getting progressively more difficult. over time.
It wasn't that difficult. It only took one spell.
So, you move back towards the clearing. You've come some distance away from it. As you move back and away from the slush forest that you've again re-entered, you again see the barren forest. As you move back into it, and about an hour or so later, you appear at the edge of the clearing once again, the fog still present. Visibility 30 feet.
Were there any paths crossed that from the edge of the clearing to this opening?
None that you saw.
Okay.
You could roll a retroactive survival check if you want.
That's terrible.
Yeah, negative.
That's just terrible. Guess maybe we just head off into the clearing. You guys think? Is it
Is
it
there
like
really a bad direction to go in the end when we don't have a sense of direction?
is it like just dirt, or is there grass?
Think like Death Valley, cracked earth,
So remind me, Brett.
almost like a salt flat. Yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so the I think we found this out in the notes we found back at the Abbey. They found a goblin who knew the location of a door that leads to the hut where Granny Nightshade lives. Oh, why did I put leaves in my notes? Lives, not leaves.
Well, she also leaves when she has to go to the grocery store. She's like, she has to go sometime.
And that door is in a tree, or we found out something about the door.
Yeah,
we know the
it was
general
said
direction.
to be in a tree.
Okay. But there could be a tree in the middle of the clearing, I suppose.
Right. Yeah. This fog, does it go? Is it like a pillar of fog, or is it like? I wonder
It's
if
high.
someone.
It's a big old cloud of fog that it's obscuring your vision in all directions, up, left, right, back, and you have visibility of about 30 feet in any
Can we
given
send in the
direction.
bat?
I'm sorry, Vanya?
What is?
Can we send in the bat?
That's where I was going to go. Do we have? Yeah.
Yes, we
Scream.
do have the scree.
Maybe there's maybe it's like a donut fog. You know, like it's once
Yeah.
you go in 60 feet and clears. That's what I meant.
Right.
Yeah, I can send it like up to 120 feet away from me, so just use the bat to scout ahead.
Okay. So, your ear a little bit. It takes about flame red. Your eyes, milky white. You see through her eyes. She flies carefully within her range. It's more of the same. flat down and fall.
Sorry, I just got a weird message from a coworker. I have to respond to real quick, but I would relay the information I see through Screech to the party, ominously.
Brad
Yes.
and fellow teammates, how long were you looking at?
How long?
How long were we looking at going?
Today?
Yes. One or two? Or 3 hours or 4 hours?
4 was my thought. We could go for it if people need
My wife is asking me where she's
5.
7 hours. Oh God, I used to do 7-hour sessions.
Whoa.
We used to weekends.
We did it that one time.
That is true.
All right. What do you guys want to do? Decisions, guys.
Hard
I think
drugs.
go into the. I hate the notion of walking all the way across this thing only to find out that we were there. Or do
Yeah.
you think we need to walk back the way we were headed? I guess we haven't referenced the pillar of light in a while. So
The last time you saw it would have been when you banished the previous creature. It was still in the distance.
so we still need to keep going. If
If it's
the
related.
right, if it's related. Well, either we investigate the fog or we have to go to the light. I don't know. Team consensus?
I think. I mean, this is a mostly out of character statement, but I think big glowy light is probably where we need to go.
Yeah. I think so
Yeah.
too. I had forgotten about the light until
Okay. So final decision. Into the fog or
Yep.
back the way it came?
back the way we back the way we came. If we're gonna retrace our steps. Head toward Carolina.
Another hour of travel to get to the glade or the forest area where you banish the creature.
This tree looks
Does definitely look familiar. But no creature. And you keep moving on. Eventually, you second here. Uh-oh. My bad. I got out of the game somehow. But I'm back. Hey, why doesn't everyone? Oh, there we go. We could take a quick 5-minute break if people are feeling it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's do a quick 5-er.
Nice.
All right.
Bye. Mama? What? Seriously?
She's not.
What's that?
She's not. We're watching Tangled, which I spy.
Anyone back in?
Anyone else think that some of these trees look like fish? Their mouths open.
I see that. I could see that.
maybe they're like the pipes in Mario Brother. Jump. And that's the instead of being vertical door, it's actually go through that door. I am gonna.
You're gonna what now?
I'm gonna have to leave in 20 minutes,
Okay.
which is 1 o'clock my time.
Okay.
3. Really, I guess a 2-hour session.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
It's only really a 2-hour and 10 or 20-minute session because we always.
It's true.
But I like talking to you guys, and not just. You gotta visit. You can't just. You just can't jump into it. You gotta have some. Hate to say it, but like you gotta have some party foreplay.
That's right.
It's funny because my Sunday night group, I don't really forward to talking to them, catching up. A couple of them, but with you guys, I look forward to chatting as much as I do.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. Except you're my only group, so.
Yeah, I don't have any other friends. I don't. Denise and I don't go out. Oh, let's go have drinks with Fred and Myrtle. Ethel, Fred and Ethel.
Fred and Ethel. Lucy.
Yep.
I'm home.
We will go. We will go hang out with her brother and sister. They're like, they're our equivalent, Fred.
Yeah, we're kind of the same way.
And when you get kids, it's one thing because you're always. Seems like a lot of times your quote unquote friends that you're going to hang out with are their other team parents or you know what I mean. They like you know them because your kids are in activities with their kids.
Right.
Not having kids is changes life a little bit.
It does. It's true. Kind of big time.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm the only one here with kids. Is everyone back by chance?
I am.
Yes.
Chip's muted. Chip. We're going to take an EMR class. Starts this week, actually.
An EMR, emergency
Medical response. It's one step below EMT, so you don't get all those stuff on the ambulance. But I'll have a medical kit on the fire.
Nice.
I'm gonna ask the chief if I can't, because there's no drugs in it or anything like that. There's no expensive tools. Basically,
Right.
just bandages and whatnot. I have to go past a lot of places that we might have scenes to get to the fire station just to come back towards my house.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's been a lot of events that I've actually showed up in my vehicle, my own. So I'm gonna ask the chief if I can just keep the bag in my truck.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I have a set of fire gear in my truck. Not tanks, just a spare helmet, boots, jacket, and brush fire stuff. Oh, he's unmuted, so he might be back.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Y'all were talking about fire department stuff, so I was waiting.
Oh, no, we were waiting on you. I was just filling the time.
Are we ready to die in this clearing?
Yes. Oh, I thought we were going through into the forest.
We'll die somewhere.
Oh.
So, you guys end up moving through the forest, and it starts to thin out. And the trees slowly disappear. And you start moving into an area bereft of plant life other than grass on the ground. And you enter what is could be described as a boulder field. They start small, size of your ankles, your feet. They start getting bigger, size of your legs, up to your waist, and eventually beyond. Massive boulders as you move into this belt of boulders you see all the way to your left and right that extends as far as your eye can see, at least from where you're at. And the ground becomes a little bit more uneven, hilly and rough. The boulders themselves almost look like melted slag, if you know what that looks like. Huge piles of once molten rock thrown asunder by something, moved by something that cooled in place. Just a vast stretch of them as you move through this boulder field, weaving in between rock and stone. Someone, probably Yuke, I don't think you've done it. Why don't you go ahead and roll a d20 for me?
You got it.
Whammies, no whammy.
Awesome. Not quite as good as his. I think they've all been under 10 today, these random D20
Yeah,
rolls.
so
I think mine was 11.
Could be. I stand corrected.
As you reach the top of a rise, you see a large boulder, and you decide to see if you can't catch a better view of the area. So you climb up top of this boulder. It's got plenty of handholds and a decent slope to it. It's about 40 feet tall. And as you get to the top, the wind rustles your hair and your clothing. As you look around, you can see the forest beyond that you left behind at the edge of this boulder field. And as you turn and look behind you, you can see it. The landscape begins to slope down through this boulder field, and you can see a forest beyond as well. And as you look to your left and to your right, you almost see this ring that stretches off as far as you can see through the Dreadwood, almost like a Saturn, the rings of Saturn. You're not sure how this massive amount of rock could be moved or created so uniformly over the landscape. But you take heart in the fact that as you turn and see this forest that's before you, your heading seems to have lined up with this beam of light, and it seems a bit closer. You're about to yell down to your friends below the encouraging news, and you turn around again to look behind you, and you see a creature. Gray skin, almost no neck, and a hunched back that cause its round head to be lurched forward and low on its chest, its eyes large. Bone. Bone. Pushing along, and you can hear it as it clicks along behind you in your direction. But it's maybe a quarter mile off. But it seems to be moving with purpose through the boulder field towards you. But you're ahead of it.
All right, he'll slide down the boulder and let the others know.
You describe this creature.
What? Oh,
Why?
Ew.
Gross.
there's Luke's hand.
That's right, there it is. Mystery solved.
Oh.
I don't know if these are dead or demons or just what the.
This creature seems very emotional.
Yes.
We move further in, maybe we won't. It'll be able to outrun it.
We may have to fight it.
What do you guys do?
I think try to avoid it.
Okay.
Yeah. Could Ukala try to steer us in the general direction of the beam of light / where we think the
Yes.
door is?
And in up high, as this rise has taken you maybe a couple hundred feet above where the forest normally is. The treetops. You can see above the treetops now as you look. And the sky is remarkably clear at this point. And you can see this beam of light just pure and white jetting up into the sky. You can get a good heading if you so choose to move forward. You almost feel like you can hear the creature behind you.
Yeah. Let's get moving. With eyes over the shoulder as we go, perhaps.
What pace will you be traveling?
We should probably sneak when we're close to the creature, right?
Well, we're already out front, right?
Yes, you're out in front of this
Going
thing.
towards us.
Okay. Yeah.
say we hide.
All right, what do you guys do?
Follow Uke.
Yeah, maybe speed over stealth at this point.
Okay.
So move briskly in the direction of the light.
Okay. So you pick up your pace and you start moving with purpose, throwing caution to the wind, leaving stealth behind you, as it has served you in some spots, but in others it hasn't seemed to have helped you. So you pick up your pace and you start moving down the hill. And as you, about an hour later, you reach the base of this ridge line, and you enter into the forest. You quickly turn your head, breathing heavily, and you see this figure behind you. It's gaining a little bit of ground, but it is behind you still, further than you thought it would be. And it's moving quickly. You turn and tell everyone to run. Keep moving. And you almost feel like you can hear this thing's spiked bone arms clicking against the rocks behind you. And you move into the forest, and you're once again swallowed by the deep shadow of the Dreadwood, moving quickly between tree, running through ferns, your clothes becoming soaked with condensation. As the temperature does seem to drop, you look overhead as you race through the forest, and through the small gaps in the trees above, you see flashes of orange, purple, and blue, but deep blue, and you realize that the sun is setting. Perhaps your slower pace earlier in the day will not serve you well. But you likewise, through these gaps, are able to keep a heading on this beam of light, and you move through the forest with purpose. And about an hour of hard running later, you come to a clearing in the wood. Sky above, clear to you. A single tree, thick of trunk and barren of leaf, stands before you. The sky above is darkening, and you can see the first twinkle of lights. And as you gaze upon this tree, a twinkle of starlight, sorry. As you gaze upon this tree, you see a gnarled, misshapen door built into the trunk, an oversized brass ring set as its doorknob, knocking against the wood in the breeze. Behind you, or excuse me, in front of you, behind the tree, the beam of light still appears to be far off.
Weird.
What do you do?
Well, I think this is the tree, the door we were looking at. But this still makes me question what the light is. Guys, I'm sorry, but I gotta go.
All right, bye, Kurt.
I'm
See ya.
recording, so you'll be able to listen to the end of it.
All right, awesome.
We'll
I
end.
expect.
We'll end soon.
Okay, I expect the natural 20s just like you give to Charlotte. By the way. Just
Fair enough.
all right. We'll see you.
Bye, dude.
Bye, Kurt.
Good hanging.
Bye.
As you stare at this door made of wood unknown to you. What do you do?
I mean, it's not really oak and it's not cedar. I don't know.
Lucilla smacks your arm. Focus! This isn't time
Thank
for
you.
jokes.
Wait for
How
mine to be-
yeah, how late is it?
It's going to be dark in less than an hour. You're at the edge of the back end of sunset.
Yeah, Ukala impatiently starts to walk towards the door, and then he kind of pauses and looks back at the others like, should we wait? Should we go?
Once we go in, I don't know if we'll be able to get a rest or prepare. So this is last
Yeah.
chance to reconsider.
Yeah, I think we should rest at least a bit. Should we do a short? Sleep it off.
Suppose you're right. I know it's getting late, but maybe just a short rest then, unless.
Yeah, I think I'll be okay. I have enough energy.
Yeah. How many of us are wounded?
Vanya a little bit.
I think Yuke is probably the most wounded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little downtime first, so we can collect ourselves before we go in. Probably makes the most sense.
All right, if that's what you want to do, Yuke, this is yours.
Sure, let's do it. Let's keep a sharp eye, though. I don't know that we lost that creature.
Okay. So you guys are taking a short rest?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As you sit down, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'm just
Oh,
hit dice.
darn. Okay. Yeah, you guys sit down and you're able to take what is it about? I always forget. A half hour or an hour?
Hour.
An hour.
Hour of time. And by the time your short rest is done, feel free to spend your hit points as you please.
Nope.
I'll give Kurt the opportunity to if he wants to. Once you're done with your short rest, and you all are picking yourselves up, getting ready, you hear the like steady click, click, clicking. And in the darkness of the early night, the moon high above, you see moonlight reflected off deep pools of blackness set into a hairless head. dark black tears streaming down the face of the creature you saw chasing you. It stops at the edge of the clearing. Once again, its eyes search. Lock on Vanya. And it releases this sorrowful cry as it arches its neck and moans into the sky. It then picks up one of its arms, points it at Vanya, and it fires. And you watch as its arm disengages from its upper arm, and this 4-foot-long bone spike flies out at tremendous speed, its tendons stretching like tethered rope behind it. And Vanya, your eyes open wide as this thing launches its spike at you. And we'll end it there
Oh my goodness.
today.